Today is Thursday the 30th of July and we're at Corbett Park. It's a sporting field and we watched the young children over on the oval over there practice their rugby and soccer, whatever they were playing, and then later on the men came and did their training. So we're on the Okura River that opens out onto the ocean. And the other interesting thing about this area, which I haven't mentioned yet, is Mount Taranaki. And you can't see it today, and yesterday it was a bit cloudy as well, but over there in the clouds is Mount Taranaki, and that is the centre point of this whole peninsula. So when we come off the Forgotten Highway and we got to Stratford, it was just clear and abundant there in the skyline. It was just amazing because it was a beautiful bright blue sky and you could see this mountain, and it's actually an old volcano up out in the horizon. And then you scoot around that to New Plymouth, and then where we are now is coming around the back of that Mount Taranaki, and this is the surf beach area, the Surf Beach Drive. The next little town along has the biggest surfboard, has a massive big surfboard, but we're actually, Corbett Park is about 15k south of New Plymouth, and we're going to head back into New Plymouth this morning and climb that wall that I wanted to do yesterday, because we had a little bit of an incident with the kettle, and the kettle no longer has a handle, which is, you know, not very handy. I can use a tea towel in the meantime, but I'm worried about now that catching fire. So yesterday was spent in the op shops, scouring op shops for a new kettle. If we have to buy a new one, we have to buy a new one, but it's fun looking in the op shops, and it's a way to get around a town actually, is to go to op shops or go to somewhere different each time. So instead of just driving down the main street in and out, having a bit of look around, you get to go into some of the outer suburbs and gives you a bit more of a scope on the place. And New Plymouth is really nice. It has a lot of stately kind of homes overlooking the water, and I would really love to get hold of one of these old houses and do them up, but that's not for right now. Right now is for exploring New Zealand, and we're still very much enjoying it, even if New Zealand has stopped all travel to Australia. I don't know whose idea it was to climb up here. Oh, I've just been up a million steps and terrain slightly changed. It's now kind of rock with a chain for the rest of the way. Lucky I have my four-wheel drive shoes on. I think I've caught my breath sufficiently enough to continue on. Get a load of that view, and we're not even at the top yet. That's over New Plymouth. Well, that was a mission, but we needed it. I mean, when you're driving all day looking at things and pottering about, you don't get much exercise unless you take opportunities to do so, which is what I've done this morning, is just take a bit of time out to get the heart pumping and the blood moving around. And I've come up that high, my legs are wobbling. It's a bit of a worry. It's quite sheer over the edge, but it's a magnificent view of Plymouth and the greater New Plymouth region. The last 150 or so metres of that up the chain was, I don't know what the chain is there for. You had to pretty much climb up on all fours, scrabble up that sheer rock case, which was really fun actually. Makes you feel alive. So I think there you can see just the base of Mount Tangerino. I can't even remember now, my brain's got all fuzzy. But the clouds are covering the top, which is a shame because it's just magnificent, that view. And then right around the other side, it's kind of probably hard to see in the camera, but you've got the Tongariro Tongariro National Park. I don't know if it's Mount Tongariro, but there's another volcano over there. So when you start on the Forgotten Highway at that end, you're pretty much starting at the Mount Tongariro National Park, where that volcano is, and as that recedes in the distance in the background, you get the Taranaki, that's its name, Mount Taranaki, in the fore distance, and that's what we're cruising around over the next couple of days. And that's south of New Plymouth, where we stayed last night, down that coast a bit, and that is the surf beaches down that way. It's a surf coastal highway that we're going to be following around this great big volcano you can't see behind the clouds. Now I've caught my breath and had a bit of a look around and checked out the sheer height of it all. I have to go back down, and it's I thought it was going to be easier, but it's a bit of a worry. It's quite sheer. Help! Oh, safety on the steps. Well, that was the mission. It's like our Jacob's Ladder in Perth, only bigger and much harder at the top, where you need to have 4 points of contact at all times. But the only thing that got me going through that was my legs are going to be beach body ready now after that strenuous exercise. Oh, and they're going to hurt tomorrow. There it is, Paritutu Rock. You can just see someone climbing up the top there. I did that today, and I don't need to do it again.